Exploring Communism, From Theory to Solidarity. Introduction. Welcome to a deep dive into the intricate world of communism, a political and economic ideology that has left an indelible mark on the pages of history. In this comprehensive video essay, we will embark on a journey through the core tenets of communism, dissecting its foundations, historical context, and key components. From the concept of the working class owning the means of production to Leninism, dialectical materialism, and beyond, our aim is to unravel the complexities and nuances of these Marxist ideas. Chapter 1. What is communism? Communism, at its core, advocates for the radical reorganization of society, where the means of production are collectively owned and controlled by the working class. This vision seeks to eradicate class distinctions, creating a classless society where wealth and resources are distributed equitably. Chapter 2. The working class and means of production. Central to communism is the idea of the proletariat, the working class, taking control of the means of production. This shift from private ownership to collective ownership is intended to eliminate exploitation and promote economic equality. We'll explore the historical context that gave rise to this concept and its implications. Chapter 3. Leninism. Leninism, a derivative of Marxism, expanded upon the ideas of revolutionary action and vanguard parties. We'll delve into the principles of Leninism, its role in the Russian Revolution, and its influence on subsequent communist movements. Chapter 4. Dialectical Materialism. Dialectical materialism serves as the philosophical foundation of Marxism. We'll explore how this dialectical approach to understanding history and society has shaped Marxist thought and its application. Chapter 5. The Critiques. No exploration of communism would be complete without acknowledging its criticisms. We'll examine the critiques of communism, ranging from concerns about individual freedoms to the practical challenges of implementing collective ownership. Chapter 6. Solidarity and Unity. In the final chapter, we'll discuss the importance of solidarity among people from diverse backgrounds and ideologies. We'll explore the idea that a small minority controlling society's resources may not be in the best interests of the majority. This section will encourage critical reflection on how we can work together to create a more equitable and just world. As we conclude this extensive journey through the world of communism, it's clear that this ideology has sparked passionate debates and played pivotal roles in shaping history. While it has faced its fair share of criticisms and challenges, it continues to inspire discussions about class, power, and the pursuit of a more equitable society. Let us remember the importance of solidarity in our collective pursuit of a better future, where the well-being of the many is not determined by the few. Chapter 1. As we stated in the short summary, communism is a socio-economic and political ideology that has significantly shaped the course of modern history. To understand its history, founders, and aspirations, one must delve into the origins of communism, the lives of its key proponents, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, and the ideals and challenges associated with this ideology. The origins of communism, the roots of communism can be traced back to the early 19th century when the Industrial Revolution was transforming societies across Europe. This period witnessed stark socio-economic disparities, with the working class enduring harsh working conditions, long hours, and meager wages, while a small elite amassed wealth and power. It was amidst this backdrop of inequality and exploitation that communism emerged as a response. Founders of communism, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, Karl Marx, 1818-1883, and Friedrich Engels, 1820-1895, are the seminal figures in the development of communist thought. Marx was a German philosopher, economist, and political theorist, while Engels was a German philosopher, social scientist, and political activist. Their collaboration resulted in some of the most influential works in the history of political thought. In 1848, Marx and Engels published the Communist Manifesto, which served as a foundational text for the communist movement. In this document, they argued that history is marked by class struggles, particularly the conflict between the bourgeoisie, capitalist class, and the proletariat, working class. They contended that capitalism inherently led to the exploitation of the working class and would eventually be overthrown, giving rise to a classless society where the means of production would be collectively owned. They famously proclaimed, "Workers of the world, unite! You have nothing to lose but your chains." The life and contributions of Karl Marx. Karl Marx was born in Trier, Prussia, now Germany, and throughout his life he contributed significantly to various fields, including philosophy, economics, and sociology. His most notable work, Das Kapital, published in 3 volumes, provided a comprehensive critique of capitalism. Marx argued that capitalism inherently led to the alienation of labor, economic crises, and the concentration of wealth and power in the hands of a few. The life and contributions of Friedrich Engels. Friedrich Engels, a close friend and collaborator of Marx, also played a pivotal role in the development of communist thought. Engels was born in Barmen, Prussia, now in Germany. He provided essential financial support to Marx throughout their partnership, enabling Marx to focus on his intellectual work. Engels' works such as The Condition of the Working Class in England and The Origin of the Family, Private Property and the State complemented Marx's ideas and expanded on the social and economic conditions of the working class. He was a prolific writer and thinker who helped disseminate and popularize Marxist theory. The aspirations of communism. Communism envisions a society where wealth and resources are collectively owned and controlled, and where there is no private property. It seeks to eliminate class distinctions and promote equality among all individuals. Key goals of communism include the abolition of exploitation, the end of poverty and inequality, and the establishment of a society where the needs of all are met according to their abilities and needs. Communism also emphasizes the importance of a planned economy, where production is organized to fulfill societal needs rather than generate profits for a few. The ultimate aim is to create a classless and stateless society where governance is based on the principle of from each according to their ability, to each according to their needs, challenges and controversies. While communism has inspired movements and revolutions worldwide, its practical implementation has often led to significant challenges. Historical examples of communist states, such as the Soviet Union, China, and Cuba, have been marked by authoritarianism, human rights abuses, and economic inefficiencies. Critics argue that the centralized planning inherent to communism can stifle individual freedom and creativity. Communism, as envisioned by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, emerged as a response to the socio-economic inequalities of the 19th century. It sought to create a classless society where wealth and resources were collectively owned and the needs of all were met. Marx and Engels, through their writings and activism, laid the groundwork for a revolutionary ideology that would shape the 20th century. The application of communism has been debated with challenges and controversies, highlighting the complexities of translating theory into practice. To give you my opinion, To me, it is imperative that we approach communism with a global and unified outlook. The division of the world into nations, as described by Lenin in the context of imperialism as the highest stage of capitalism, is not merely a capitalist tactic to maintain power, but also a significant hindrance to the progress of humanity. National divisions serve to fragment the working class and divert resources away from collective goals. To truly address the pressing issues facing our species, such as advancing into space, improving infrastructure, combating diseases, and eradicating exploitation and poverty, we must transcend these arbitrary boundaries. Only through international unity and the dissolution of nationalist divisions can we harness the full potential of human cooperation and work together towards a more equitable and prosperous future for all. The working class and means of production. In Marxist theory, the bourgeoisie and the proletariat represent two distinct and opposing social classes within a capitalist society. The bourgeoisie, often referred to as the capitalist class, comprises the owners of the means of production, such as factories, land, and resources. Karl Marx, in his seminal work, The Communist Manifesto, famously stated, "The bourgeoisie has at last, since the establishment of modern industry and of the world market, conquered for itself, in the modern representative state, exclusive political sway. This exclusive political sway gives the bourgeoisie power to shape laws and policies to their advantage, perpetuating their dominance over the proletariat. In stark contrast, the proletariat, as described by Marx and Friedrich Engels in the same manifesto, constitutes the working class, those who do not own the means of production and are compelled to sell their labor power to the bourgeoisie in exchange for wages." The text emphasizes that the proletariat have nothing of their own to secure and to fortify. They are characterized by their lack of property ownership and their dependence on wages for their livelihoods. The workers' only means of production would involve the collective ownership and control of the means of production. This would mean a shift away from private ownership of factories, land, and resources towards a system where the proletariat collectively manages and benefits from these resources. Marx envisioned a classless society in which the proletariat would overthrow the bourgeoisie and establish a dictatorship of the proletariat, ultimately leading to a stateless and classless communist society. In such a society, the means of production would be owned in common, and wealth and resources would be distributed according to the principle of "from each according to his ability, to each according to his needs," as outlined by Marx in his Critique of the Gotha program. The bourgeoisie and the proletariat represent opposing classes within a capitalist system, with the former owning the means of production and the latter dependent on selling their labor. The workers' only means of production, in a Marxist vision, entails collective ownership and control, aiming for a classless society in which wealth and resources are shared equitably among all members. Lenin. The rise to power and the birth of Leninism. Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov, known as Lenin, was a pivotal figure in the history of the 20th century and a key architect of Leninism, a political ideology rooted in Marxism. Born in 1870 in Simbirsk, Russia, Lenin's early life was marked by familial tragedy, with the early deaths of his older brother, Alexander, who was involved in anti-Tsarist activities, and his own older brother, Dmitry, who was executed for plotting to assassinate Tsar Alexander III. This backdrop of political turmoil and repression in Russia greatly influenced Lenin's revolutionary beliefs. Lenin's path to power began with his involvement in revolutionary activities and his leadership within the Russian Social Democratic Labour Party, RSDLP. He played a crucial role in the split of the RSDLP into Bolsheviks, meaning majority, and Mensheviks, meaning minority. The Bolsheviks, led by Lenin, advocated for a more radical approach to revolution, emphasizing a tightly disciplined and centralized party. Lenin's most significant achievement was his role in the October Revolution of 1917, which resulted in the overthrow of the provisional government and the rise of the Bolsheviks to power. This event marked the beginning of the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic, a precursor to the Soviet Union. Lenin's leadership during this turbulent period was characterized by his tireless commitment to the cause, his strategic prowess, and his ability to rally support among workers and peasants. Leninism, as developed by Vladimir Lenin, incorporated several key principles. It emphasized the necessity of a vanguard party, comprised of professional revolutionaries, to lead the working class in overthrowing the capitalist system. It called for the nationalization of industry and agriculture, and the establishment of a planned economy. Leninism also advocated for internationalism, seeking to spread the socialist revolution beyond Russia's borders. Lenin's legacy is a subject of debate. While he is celebrated by some as a revolutionary visionary who played a vital role in the establishment of the Soviet Union, others criticize his methods. I'd like to introduce you to this individual who, in many ways, reminds me of Vladimir Lenin. While I don't personally know this person, their character embodies strength and idealism. Much like Lenin, they have a deep-seated belief in creating a better society for all. This individual's ideals are truly admirable. They envision a world under communism where a unified government works towards the common good of all citizens. Their dedication to this cause is both inspiring and respectable. They are driven by a desire to eliminate inequality and build a more equitable society. Their commitment to their ideals and their vision for a more just world is something that can be appreciated even by those of us who may not share the same path. It's fascinating to hear about the impact that encountering new perspectives can have on one's beliefs and outlook on life. Sometimes encountering individuals with strong convictions and a vision for a different world can be truly eye-opening. It can challenge our preconceived notions and open us up to new possibilities and ideologies. This person who is passionate about the idea of a world under communism had a profound influence on my perspective. It's a reminder of how interconnected our beliefs and worldviews can be, and how exposure to diverse ideas can lead to personal growth and evolution in our thinking. It's a testament to the power of human connection and the ability of individuals to inspire and influence one another, even from afar.